Medication time. Medication time.
White trash, late nights. Come on in, folks, the music gets tight. White trash, late nights. We're in the mood and high as a kite. White trash, late night. Your mom is drunk and she just might. White trash, late nights. Getting down on a Saturday night.
Well, listen to the show. This is evening of white trash night. It's new.
We're the White Knights.
Yeah, I am El Fascist Pig.
Hey, and I'm Reverend Muffington. Tonight we've got two great acts for you. We have Kelso, the acoustic act, but right now you know them, you love them. They've changed their brand name, still the same flavor. God damn it, motherfucking Sci-dona.
I know what you say, how I threw my life away. Can't see no hurt on me, why won't you let it be? Don't drive on by, don't wave, don't say hi, cause if you do I might reply. No, 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 no. You come on my face, don't want you in my face, it's just a damn disgrace. The tattered alibis are their only lies. I'm not gonna try, I'm not gonna try no more. I'm not gonna try no more. I'm not gonna try. Thinking about those wasted years, making light of my darkest fears. Under my planes yet. Hidden life's the way to forget. What did we think we gained by burning out and going insane? Just fly on by. Don't wave, don't say hi. If you do, I might reply. No, 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 no. Yeah, come on my place, don't want you in my face. This is a demonstration. Try no more. I'm not gonna try no more. I'm not gonna try. What you gonna say? What you gonna do? I've already told you, girl, I don't want you. Just drive on by those freaky nights. Walk around your empty head and wonder why. You wanna take a chance on a lame romance. You wanna hold the hand of another woman. Go! No, no, no. Come by my place, don't want you in my face. It's just a demonstration. The tattered alibis and their only lies. I'm not gonna try, I'm not gonna try no more. I'm not gonna try. Gonna gonna try no more. I'm not gonna try. All right, thank you.
All right, so this is the question we've all been wanting to ask. Why the name change for the band?
Because when I went to put everything online and put it on the different sites, every time you put in Sci-dona, it would be this other artist, another artist. Every time you play one of our songs, all their stuff would play.
No shit.
Yeah, there was like 100 Sci-donas.
Yeah, but, well, when I first started the band, there was only like one or two, an artist and one band from the 70s. And I did that, and that was in 2013 when I named the band Sci-dona. So I figured, 10-year anniversary, change it. I did.
All right. So then, what is the prefix for the Sci stand for? Is that
Like sci-fi,
Science
fiction.
fiction,
Yeah, I'm into
yeah.
science fiction. A couple of songs.
Ancient
sci-
aliens and shit, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I got an alien abduction on my arm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not many people have that.
so? Do you guys think that there are actually aliens out there? Or?
We are aliens.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we are the ancient aliens.
So you're like the
We're on a
Anunnaki-
planet hurling through space right now.
Right.
Hell
There's
yeah, we are.
billions of galaxies.
We're all related. I mean, yeah.
As we speak.
It's just a big galactic family. Yeah.
I'm going home with him tonight.
This freaking.
Threatened me with a great time.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you guys back. What have you been doing in the meantime? It's been a couple of years since you guys have been here on the show. What's anything crazy has happened since the last time we've seen you?
Yeah, well, we got Jake here officially in the band since.
Right on.
I mean,
Since
he's been
the
here
last
for a
time.
while, but yeah, the last
Right.
time he was with us, but this time he's
Videotaping
like
last
with
time.
us. Yeah, and we've got a different drummer with us this time, but he's been doing some shows pretty regularly. His name's Adam Meredith. So we had Adam Hempseed Davis, which is kind of like Adam 1, Adam 2. We're trying to keep it all straight.
Spinal Tap.
We got the album done.
Yes,
All
we
right.
have our
The album is out. It's available anywhere. Anywhere you stream music, it's available. Just look up Sci-dona.
Area 13.
Yeah. It's a play on Area 51.
Bunch of Roman numerals.
It's really not, but
They're ancient Roman.
yeah, they're ancient Roman, like
And I think
ancient
there's-
aliens.
It's like 13 songs on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all in a row.
Where'd you guys record? Where'd you guys record at?
Where'd we record at?
Switchyard
Switchyard
Studios.
Studio, Antioch.
Yeah,
Michael St. Leon. He's
yeah,
awesome.
Oh, he's good. Yeah. I mean, this guy, he's been in the scene for years. He's like one of those legendary guys. A lot of bands have
He's
recorded
done like
with him.
ZZ Top, Jelly Roll. He's had them all.
Yeah.
Anybody that's been in Nashville and been something big.
You walk in there and their names like
he's done
signed up
something
on the
with
wall.
it.
Wow.
3 years we've been going there. During that time, he won 2 Grammys, so he's pretty badass.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's real good.
Well, good.
yeah.
That's fucking A, man. How they cost quite a penny, or do you do a bud deal?
We don't talk about that.
Bud deal.
Yeah, we don't want to rat him out or anything.
Yeah, it was expensive. Yeah,
But it somehow keeps us coming back though. Yeah.
Costs a lot of money.
cost us a lot of money.
Yeah, there's a lot of great places to record, honestly, but when you get that chemistry and he's got good ideas too. So
Yeah, he really helped us out. All the little extras you hear on the album.
Uh,
Yeah, he helped us out. He's like, "What about this?" And we're like, "Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, perfect,
Yeah, he's amazing.
That's a
Yeah.
good producer.
good shit."
yeah, you want one that's interested in what you're doing, because if they're just like, like,
Yeah, if they're
we're
just doing
we're
it for the
recording
paycheck,
some
yeah.
band that, like, all these guys ain't nobody.
No, he became the other
But
member.
when they care about the music, they'll
Yeah.
they'll put that
he
extra
got
time in
comfortable
there.
to tell us what to do, and no, try this, and so.
Well, and there was a part where we have this song called Voices, and we were trying to put a bunch of voices in there. And they're like, well, shit, what should we just say? Random shit or something? He's like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. And he comes
pulls
back
out
with
a,
like,
a box of
porn mags and
magazines,
shit.
more porn mags, fucking
Album
horror movie
covers,
mags,
yeah,
like all that
of it.
shit.
His special box.
It's like, yeah, here, just
Yeah.
grab one
He's
and
like, grab
read.
one.
So we all three just
Just like talk into the mic and read that shit.
And of course, I grabbed the porno.
Right, but it's like, it sounds like whispers. So when you're listening to it, you can't hear us talking about porn and shit. Right. It just all comes
It's all whispers. It's good.
Oh, I like
Yeah,
it.
it just sounds like voices.
Well, I'm gonna be listening for what the words say then.
Definitely
Turn
do.
it really loud, you might just
But did you
hear
get to
it.
say your word?
Yeah.
So everybody got to whisper their word?
Yeah, all at the
okay.
same time. It was fucking great,
We're
dude.
reading different shit. So yeah, it's like, and that was his idea. To
Man, can you
do
think
that.
about like doing a whisper song, but get into where it's like real dynamic, where everybody has their own unique voice?
Yeah.
Like, remember the guys that used to stand around like with the
Dude, I was totally channeling Yin Yang Twins. If we're being honest, I'm like, let me whisper something in your ear. Face ass.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to approach that. Are you going to do it like a news report?
We're gonna
or,
do a
you
whisper
know?
song.
As a matter of fact, the weather right now.
All right.
All right, so we have new to the show, Kelso. They're going to do a song for us, and then we'll go ahead and pick their brain a little bit. So let's do one with Kelso.
Here we go. And you guys are from where?
We're from Chattanooga.
Nice.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. Not too far.
We get
but
around. We get around out here in DNP.
Far
land.
enough to be very different. All right, this song's called C'est la vie. Goes like this. I think I'm falling for you. If that were true, what would you say? Lord, what a mess I made inside my head. Thoughts of you keep me awake in bed. Can't fall asleep 'cause I'm too afraid to dream and let my imagination get the best of me again. But I'm afraid that it's too late. Say la vie, she said. What if I'm too late? Tried so hard to hide it, I pushed you away. I tried so hard to keep quiet, I forgot what to say. Failed attempts to fight it, it's grown me weary. Lord, can't sleep 'cause I'm too afraid to dream and let my imagination get the best of me again. But I'm afraid that it's too late. Say la vie, she said in a letter that I read, written on her forehead. She can't help but to be tempting. No, it's not her fault. I can't help her fall. And let my imagination get the best of me again. But I'm afraid that it's too late. Say la vie, she said. I think I'm falling for you. Woo!
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us a little about yourself and then about your partner here
Well, partner.
in crime.
He's my drummer.
Partner in crime.
Drummer and remade only. So we are Kelso. I'm also Kelso. My name is Kelsey. I tried a solo thing for 15 years. Kelso was always a nickname of mine, and then after I moved here, actually, last May is when it kind of felt like needed a rebrand of some sort. So we changed it to Kelso. And now that's my name. It's also the band name. Yeah.
Yeah, we just felt like we needed a rebrand of some sort, and I don't know, Kelso, that came from our bass player Tina. Gave me
Yeah.
a nickname years ago, so just felt like it was appropriate.
Felt
so.
correct. And it's made the branding easier. Kind of has made it help us decide the image we want to go for. That's the hardest part for me specifically is what people see. The music part's what people listen to, but it's the social media, all that good stuff. So yeah, that's what we've been.
A big part of it now is the imagery of it.
Yeah, it's huge, and it's not my forte. So, yeah.
What's your musical background? What got you started into music?
So I grew up a Jehovah's Witness.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, never got that reaction before.
I've
You
never
must
given
not
that
have.
reaction
You must
before.
not have gotten one at your door.
He has a fetish.
Have heard that before.
Tell me about your religion.
Have heard that before. So I grew up. It was Sequatchie County, like Fall Creek Falls, but like you keep driving till it gets even scarier, and then like turn left, and that's like where I grew up. Way back in the sticks, I wasn't allowed to like do anything in school, like super strict. No recreation if they weren't Jehovah's Witnesses. So I was like, well, that my only portal into the real world was music. I was 8 downloading LimeWire because my mom
Yeah.
had no idea what that was. And so I was like, well, it's my way of like conversing with the outside world without getting in trouble. So that's how it kind of started off for me. And then I also just was really bored and had nothing else to do and was obsessed with music. So I just learned instruments.
Look at me, man.
that, yeah.
I can relate on the LimeWire, man. I remember bootlegging back in the day.
Hell
And
yeah.
there was a lot of things I never would have like found. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
because of bootleg, there was so many Nirvana songs that was, you know what I mean? Like, dude only played
Yeah.
once live at so and so place on March 3rd, whatever day. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
LimeWire? Is it like an internet show?
It was like where you could bootleg anything back in the day. It was
like
it was
Napster.
after Napster.
Yeah, it's right after, But
You could download MILF Hunter too.
What?
MILF Hunter episodes.
yeah.
I had dial-up, so it'd take a couple days.
Brett's like, now we're talking about money.
I have net
Hey,
zero.
So, hey, you remember the episode? No, I'm just.
Now, Brett here though has his music background is every time I've known him for a couple of years now. Been playing together for a little over a year. Every time he opens his mouth, still like we're roommates now, and it's still like a whole different part of his life, different places he's toured, where he's been. But yeah, he has some cool stories for sure.
Yeah, I mean, mine started. I don't know. I was, did a high school band and all that, all through school, and got out of high school, and it was like, do go to college or go on the road? And so I chose to go on the road. So I was working for a lot of bigger country artists, especially based out of like Ashland, Kentucky, and here in Nashville, and just got a lot of touring under my belt really early on, and I mean. Just getting out there and doing it. That's the best way to do it. Got to go. Took me to Japan, so that was cool.
Man, I never would have came
How
back.
long were you
Yeah.
in Japan?
3 weeks. Yeah, so we were over
That's
there.
a
Yeah,
good
we
amount
played.
of time.
Yeah, we did 4 cities. Tokyo, Nagoya.
4 cities in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah, I know.
A lot in
right?
between.
That is a
in between.
gotta
that
have
was strategic.
You gotta have a little bit. You gotta have
Yeah.
a little bit of playtime, right? Osaka and Kyoto.
So I'm sure they loved it over there. They're just probably like
they loved it. They loved it. If you ever get a chance,
just
to,
looking just by looking at us, they're just like looking at us as the olive people or white people or whatever we are.
No, man, I couldn't.
Banana people.
But
But
if you go over there
they
with
just
a
like the way
beard,
we look
man,
at it.
just
Large
be expected.
people.
I had a beard about down to here. when
and
I
that
was
made you
there.
probably stand out even more.
And yeah, man, I couldn't. Man, as many times as that beard got touched over there, I lost count.
Yeah, he's charging $5, man. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
So-
But
Fuck
What,
merch.
what
Let's not do that.
band? What band pretty much or musician like made you really kind of say, hey, this is what I want to do?
my father growing up used to play. His favorite band was Rush, and so that you know, that inspired me, and so Neil, you know, Neil Peart was kind of my, I don't want to say like mentor, but in a way, my mentor.
Yeah. You went opposite, Mill.
And yeah, man, you know. But just rest in peace, you know, to Neil. But no, I'd say definitely Rush, definitely influenced a lot.
There's
of that,
nothing
you know,
wrong with that.
There's many more. But
People's not gonna make fun of you for that answer, sir.
But yeah, just that was definitely probably the biggest influence right there. You know, just the whole demeanor.
Well, man, and you've had to seen a fucked up time before. There's had to been some fucked up shit.
There's been
probably got different levels of fucked up shit.
I've got some stories, man.
We'll get to those in
look forward to
the
those.
next segment. What was your big musical interest as far as like artist?
Well, mine's really lame. Anyone remember That Thing You Do, the movie from the 90s?
Yeah. Classic.
I remember I was 3 years old in the movie theater. And like I'd already been like, my mom was like, the only way to ever shut you up in the car, because I'd just be like, what's that? What's that? It was putting on the radio. I was in there, and Guy Patterson came on, and he started playing drums in the beginning of the film, and it's like, you know, really good jazz drums. And I was like, I was just enamored. I was 3 years old in the theater, didn't make a peep, went home, and I was like, Mom, like I have to do this. Like, my mom was like, yeah, do it.
Play drums.
Just all of it. Like it just enamored me in how like he was playing the jazz drums, but then he kind of used those techniques for the song they were playing, and it kind of all came together, and I was like, that's just incredible. Yeah, and so my mom was like, well, you can learn the music that Jehovah's Witnesses write if you'd like, but like that's about as far as you can go. And then a few years later, LimeWire came out.
Man, it's got to be like a limited. You know what I mean? It's like a limited compared to all the music
it's also
in the world.
Orchestral
you know what I mean?
music. It's all an orchestra. I was like, Mom, I don't know. I'm 5. I can't play any guitar. Like I can barely play the basic chords. I can't learn this orchestra music on my first act acoustic very well, you know. So
is Jehovah's Witnesses, are they the ones like you can't wear shorts and shit like that?
No, they're the ones. I don't even know.
Like no blood transfusions.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. We're the one. Weird. I'm just telling them it's like a hard habit. But yeah, it's the no blood and don't believe in hell.
They don't like celebrate holidays.
No holidays whatsoever. Yeah, no birthdays, and only 144,000 go to heaven.
Huh?
Yeah, what? Huh? Say that again?
So that's usually, yeah, I know.
So only 144,000 people total.
Right, there's a
We'll go to
cutoff,
heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Has the cutoff been reached?
so that was always my question, right?
Yeah.
I was like, surely, like by now, like we've reached it. Like that's not really hard to get to if there's millions of people in the religion. So I was like, because people will just say that they are. They're called one of the anointed if they're one of those. So they just say they are, and everyone has to just treat them like they are going to heaven to reign with Jesus.
Okay.
So yes, we reached the cutoff point.
How many people is in the religion of Jehovah's Witness? Does it succeed the 144,000 currently?
Oh yeah. So when I left
Okay,
10
so
years.
then you got to think about the people from all time that's already was in the religion that's died before, because their souls are gone now too.
Yeah.
So
The answer I
what's the
got.
cutoff?
The answer I got was, well, a lot of people are going to say they are, but God will weed through them when they get to heaven. I was like, but we had to treat them like they were kings for 50 years. Like, fuck, what happens to them later? We had to treat them like that. And it was, you know. So we had, like, I was told we reached the cutoff point, but that it'll be figured out later. And I was like, I don't know, man.
That's the
That
thing,
sounds like a
though.
lot of math for me. I'm like,
They can't just come out right now and say, "All right, guys, that's the cutoff point," because then there goes. How do we keep going after that?
Exactly.
We'll worry about that next week.
There goes
They
their
don't
best
believe in
marketing
hell.
tactic ever. So how they can't, you know?
We're
they
gonna
don't-
have to
they
let
don't
a couple
believe
of
in
you
hell,
go.
right?
No. Nope.
Or you didn't make the cut.
I was told that if my mom would be like, "Do you want to be destroyed at Armageddon if you don't do what I tell you to do?" That was our hell. Like everyone's like, "Oh, you didn't believe in hell? That's so great." And I was like, "No, I was taught that I was literally going to be destroyed by God at Armageddon if I didn't do my chores."
But then then it's just over. Then
That's
it's still better than hell.
They had those magazines too. It was like
Eternal
little
hell.
handle- Is
Yeah.
it the Awake
Ne-
booklet
Alright.
and
Watchtower.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really, I mean, there are people that I study the
Don't
Bible
you
with.
know an awful lot about
I
this.
had a little bit
It's-
of a fling with the Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, there was a band I was in. And it was called Awake. And
Oh my God.
yeah, Todd Lappin, he had played in Excruciating Pain. If you've ever heard of them
I
from way
have.
back, Ronnie
Way
Birds.
back,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was the original bass player. But anyway, he had married this girl, Dara, and Dara's brother was a hardcore Jehovah's Witness, apparently, that inspired her to get into it. So she convinced Todd to get into it. And then me and my ex-wife, Robbie, we ended up like, oh, yeah, sure, you know. And next thing you know, we're like studying with them. It was all good until they asked us to go knocking door to door.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a trip. And we went to the big service where they passed around
The memorial.
yeah,
Yeah.
the wine or whatever. And it's like, oh, I was about to drink. And they're like, no, you
See,
can't do that.
Only one of the 144,000
Yes,
can drink
exactly.
the wine.
They're like,
yeah.
pass it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a trip.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Now, what's really
rules.
You're just passing the wine around?
it's the Passover. It's the Passover, but it's done once a year instead.
We got 3 in this church. You're fucked, buddy.
Now, the second the service was over, though, if all bets were off, I'd be eating that unleavened bread and like chugging that wine.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I'm 14, but it's fine. I'm trying to just
Nobody's
get closer to
looking.
Christ, so it's okay.
what
What
happens
type
if
of crackers did they give you?
My my grandma made them. I hope they were okay. It was
I
like
hope they were okay.
it was unleavened bread. It was actually like bread, not even crackers. Like
Oh.
it was pretty good.
Cool.
Pretty good. Go with
So
spinach
what-
That
on
was a
it.
good afternoon snack.
what would happen to someone if they dropped the wine while we're doing our little pass?
Yeah, that's a
off?
good question. I
Is
was
that
wondering
like
the
you're
same
done
thing.
for?
I'm so
dude?
nervous.
What's the
You're
penalty?
fucking done.
Depends on who it is, right? So like if I went in there, they'd all be like, "This bitch is trying to fuck us some shit up for sure." I'd be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Like, fuck you. But if it was like a kid, they'd be like, "It's okay." It depends on intention and who it is.
So what if it was a high guy? He just had
Oh,
a
so
day
you
where he drank too
intention.
much
Like,
last night. And he's
So
like,
if somebody wanted to
if
come
you
in there and
looked
be a
like you
dick
and
and
went
just
in there,
spike that motherfucker, there's gonna
Thank
be
you.
some problems.
It's
There'll
vodka,
be some
bitch.
fucking problems. You don't
you look
know
like
about
you went in there and
Jehovah
spilled the wine.
beatdowns.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Well, he's obviously new to it. We need to, we got to be kind to him because if we just get onto him for, we'll explain to him later why that
Get
was a
away
huge
with it,
fuck
right?
up, basically."
But what if it was like a high anointed one or somebody?
Yeah, what
like,
if he
somebody
spilled
that was
it?
like just had a bad night or something was like, oh shit.
Do you guys have to wipe it off of him?
I'd be like, "Well,
Towel boy.
I'd be over there like,
trying to say,
let's get it out of his
that's
shirt.
still
It's
their
so
portion.
good."
They still have to suck it out. That's their portion.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking heck. No, you're joking, right? You're joking.
Hell yeah.
I've actually never seen someone spill anything,
Oh.
Damn it.
which now makes me want to go see
That,
if there's
that would be a
something on
nervous
TikTok.
You wouldn't want to be that person. You wouldn't want to be that guy.
Be like the guy from Happy Gilmore. You can't make this sip, you jackass.
Jackass.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get one more from Sci-dona.
Hold on to what you gotta keep it all under control. You think you're gonna lose your mind and let the world take its toll. Flying by at 125, why nothing the steering wheel? Wait just a baby, got the pedal down, never take us a ride, no. Hold on, be strong, we're already too far gone. They never catch us on an ass on the open road. Girl, you better hold on. Maybe they have us at the end of the line, but baby, little do they know. We're the ones running out of time and we're ready to unload. Rolling on fumes, we can't slow down even if the engine dies. Hit the gas for the final stand. Bullets are ready to fly. Buckle up, hang tight. We're on the run, we're ready to fight. You next to me screaming, go, 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 go. Girl, you better hold on. what you got, you gotta keep it all under control. You think you're gonna lose your mind and let the world take its toll. Buy it 125, right, nothing to steering wheel. We got down, gotta blow this town. Life is so unreal. Hold on, be strong. We're already too far gone. You never catch us on an ass on the open road. Buckle up, hang tight. We're on the run, we're ready to fight. Next to me, screaming, go, 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 go. You better hold on. Yeah, you better hold on, baby. You better hold on. Yeah, you better hold on. Now, you better hold on. You gotta hold on. Yeah, baby, you better hold on. Yeah, you better hold on, baby. You better hold on. All right. Rock and roll.
Still not used to these mics yet.
It is a blessing to have these mics instead of arms in our way. And
It is.
they
actually.
fall off the table because it's only twisty grip, like twisty in a suction grip. Twisty.
All right, so let's get back to Kelso. Horror road stories. Have you guys had any?
Horror road?
Terrible
Like
stuff.
traumatic events on
Yes.
the road while doing music.
I want to let you. So I've played quite a bit. Like being in Chattanooga as a solo artist, like I was able to kind of like stay at home and then just drive where I needed to go because like Knoxville, Nashville, Atlanta, like everything's close. I've not done quite a bit on the road. I know he has some stories.
Yeah, I do have a couple, but I'll elaborate on one.
Yeah, nothing incriminating. Nothing incriminating.
Yeah,
It's like, well, then I have nothing. I'm so sorry. Actually, nothing at all.
We don't want to get you in trouble.
Let's see, 2016, 2017, somewhere on along the lines of that. I was driving through. We were on tour. We had to go up to Portland, Oregon. We had to show up there. We're doing like a Seattle run, and I was in the middle of Idaho, like some smallest town. So out in the Midwest, posted speed limits are like, no joke, like 85 miles an hour. Like,
No shit.
yeah. And but I was just cruising along. It's like 11:30 at night. Everybody, the band's sleeping. My turn to drive. So I'm headed up to Oregon, middle of Idaho, and have this 1,000-pound bull elk come out. Just it was just milliseconds. I mean, there was nothing. So I had to make he came out right in front of me. Traveling, I was only doing about 60. Fortunately, I wouldn't, crazily booking it, but
60
90.
still pretty fast.
Yeah,
60
for
still
slamming
fast,
a
man.
1,000-pound
Especially,
wall.
it gets slowed down to about 50 by the time you slam on.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I hit that thing head on. Made a last minute move. If I hadn't made that last minute move to the right, those antlers would have come in, and like I wouldn't be sitting here right now. But yeah, I remember that, and yeah.
So was tour over at that point, or did you have to get a new van, or did they fuck your gear up? I mean,
Well, car was totaled. It was a little CRV, like 2016 CRV or whatever we were driving. Totaled the car, and so next day had to get a rental and all that. I mean, we still made
so
it.
it didn't fuck your gear up.
No.
So
Gear was
good.
fine. Everybody was all right. But
Yeah, no gear, no show. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. No, yeah. So yeah, everything was good. Had four cars behind us hit it. Last car was like a family, and so they ended up hitting it head on because when I hit it, I broke its neck. It was still on the road. You're not moving 1,000 pounds.
Wow.
And took the it's a small town. Took the cop like 45 minutes to get there. So
Oh, shit.
But yeah, that
He was
last
probably
fa-
asleep.
Showed up in
Yeah.
a Jeep.
Yeah,
that
he-
last
You know it's
family,
gonna be-
that last family
He just
that-
rolled off his wife, and he's like getting ready to just go to sleep. He's like, then he gets this call about a fucking elk.
Fucking Taurus. He's fucking L.
But yeah, anyway, that last car like flipped about 5 times. We had to actually, ended up on the.
Well, if you had 45 minutes, I could have got a knife and cut his heart out and be like, "This is my kill."
Yeah. I thought about doing
shit together, man.
Doing it, man. I was like, dude, I just seen my life flash before my eyes. Why not just do some crazy?
Let's start
shit
a fire and cook this
yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah.
You just fucked our
I ain't
shit.
waiting around.
Well, you said there was a family.
Yeah, so that was an interesting.
Yeah,
one.
you're lucky to be alive. Shit like that.
I know. So, but.
All right, well, let's get another song from you guys.
So, this is going to be a cover, but we like to do our covers a little bit differently. So, we call this our "It Was Never a Phase" song, which is, I think, going to be right up everyone's alley here. Good. So, I'm just gonna say that. We'll go from there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm in the business of misery. Let's take it from the top. She's got a body like an hourglass. It's taken like a clock. It's about out of town before we all run out. When I thought it was mine, she got it by the mouth. Waited a long bunch, finally said I'm free. Told him I couldn't lie. He was the only one for me. 2 weeks so we got on fire. She got it out for me, but I wear the biggest smile. Whoa, I never meant to cry, but I got on where I want to now. And it was never my intention to brag, steal it all away from you now. But God, does it feel so good? 'Cause I got on where I want to now. And if you're good, then you know you would. 'Cause God, it just feels so, it feels so good. Second chances, they don't ever matter. People never change. You wonder why you're nothing more. Sorry, that'll never change. And about forgiveness, we're both supposed to have exchange. I'm sorry, honey, but I passed it up. Now look this way. There's a million other girls doing it just like you, looking as innocent as possible to get to who they want and what they like. It's easy if you do it right, but I refuse. I refuse. I refuse. Whoa, I never meant to cry, but I got on where I want to now. Then it was never my intention to brag, steal it all away from you now. God, does it feel so good? 'Cause I got on where I want to now. And if you could, then you know you would. 'Cause God, it just feels so, just feels so, just feels so good. Well, I watched his wildest dreams come true. Now one of them involving you. Just watch my wildest dreams come true. Now one of them involving you. Whoa, I never meant to brag, but I got on where I want 'em now. Then it was never my intention to brag and steal it all away from you now. God, does it feel so good? 'Cause I got on where I want 'em now. And if you could, then you know you would. 'Cause God, it just feels so good.
That's actually the song that made us start playing together. So he actually knew it. We played it all the way through. That's why we keep playing it. It's a special one for us.
Like first try?
Yeah, and I'd never found a drummer that even like
Oh, that's
could get
chemistry.
close, and it was like perfect.
Yeah,
Like
that's
someone had left
chemistry.
us like to like hang out for a second, By the time they came back, we were in a band.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it happened. Yeah, she's like, do you know this one? I'm like, yeah.
She's like, you mean
Perfectly played
Well, yeah.
through.
Every artist inside this room right now is taking their time and has mastered their craft, as far as I can tell, man. Everybody's doing good.
And speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, Sci-dona.
We're all under suspicion. Everybody's doing time. Fools make big decisions. Take control of foolish minds. Person of minor interest. Out on work release. Lawyer bought suspended sentence. Don't satisfy their enemies. Run away as fast as you can. Run away out from under the gun. Run away. Cut your losses and run. Reach the limits you're taking. Told them all to go to hell. Go to hell. Prozac incarceration. No right room to yourself. Alcoholic devastation, crippled mind on a crutch, uncontrolled situation, wastelands too damn much. Run away as fast as you can. Run away while you got the chance. Run away out from under the gun. Run away, push your losses and run. Every system breakdown, it's a social suicide. Long road of bad intention, it's time to run for your life. Dark days, system breakdown, it's a social suicide. Long road, bad intention, it's time to run for your life. I feel I'm breaking out. I'm getting out of here. I gotta run with you. I gotta run clear. You gotta know now. I gotta go. I'm telling everyone who's done, you gotta show. Hey!
Fuck yeah!
Oh yeah.
Woo!
Damn,
Song's
John.
called Run.
Yeah, this is the best group of guys you've had around you, in my opinion, man. These guys are sounding pretty good.
We'll take the compliment.
Hell yeah. I love compliments. Keep them coming.
Oh, not that guy. The rest of them.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, we need to find a new guitar player. Like, I'm telling you guys, this guy sucks. I'm just saying.
So, have you guys seen? Are you guys into The Doors at all? All right. So there's a new documentary coming out that this guy has apparently found Jim Morrison, and it's called Beyond the End or Before the End, something like that.
Oh shit!
But it's a documentary that's coming out, and apparently this guy had found Jim Morrison living in like upstate New York or
Kind of
something.
like the Elvis thing or something.
Really?
Or
So,
the new
all right.
Tupac? The new Tupac?
So, and going down that rabbit hole with the Jim Morrison, of course, they brought up the Elvis, and I went down this Elvis rabbit hole of this guy named
Bob
Joyce.
Bob Joyce, yes.
And so apparently
Dude, he
Bob
looks like
Joyce
it, yeah.
is supposed to, and so like I watched probably about maybe 2 hours of material on Bob Joyce.
He's actually dating Elvis's girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah.
At one time.
Yeah.
And then he also
It's so
showed up
weird.
at Priscilla's funeral.
Yeah, at her funeral, I saw that too.
Right? And so, like, and then there's one point where he jokes that he's like, well, I'm Elvis, and that's the last I want to hear about when he's up doing his sermon. And then the way, it's the point where it's just like, I can believe a lot of bullshit, but then looking at him, they do the side-by-side, I was like, I don't know if the age actually...
Elvis now looks like Santa Claus.
Well, I mean, he would. I mean, they would all, and they always do. Like I remember when I was a kid in Rolling Stone magazine, they did. It was a cartoon, but it was an age forward of all different stars if they would have lived. Of course, Morrison was there, and Joplin and Hendrix. But it's interesting that that there's like the 27 Club is like once you hit 27, you're like, well, do you want to join the club or you want to continue doing your bullshit? And like, is there like an island, not like an Epstein Island, but like
there is, but that's a whole different documentary.
How about the one where they're trying to
all-
say Jimi Hendrix they're turned into Morgan Freeman?
There we go. Hit my tongue,
You seen
man.
that one?
Dude, you can
when Jimi
almost
Hendrix
smash
died,
the freckles
Morgan Freeman
up.
started acting.
right.
Yeah.
Wasn't he like on the Electric Company or something like that, or Sesame
Something
Street?
like that, yeah.
I remember seeing Morgan Freeman on something
Way
like
back when,
yeah.
I just learned he has a little hand like this now after a car accident, kind of like the guy from 3 6 Mafia.
No shit.
Your pants.
Yeah.
Is this real?
Yes, this is real. Look it up,
You
dude.
fact checked it.
No, I've seen videos like of him
It kinda
walking
makes
to his
sense.
car and he's got a glove on the hand. He got in a bad car accident, fucked up his hand, so now
It just
it
went that
does
way.
this.
Loaded away.
It does this. Like literally what I'm showing you. He puts a
Buckle up
leather,
and-
leather glove on and he does this. He's like, just like the guy from 3 6
Hey,
Mafia.
well, maybe that's his picking
And that's
hand.
why we wear
Rollins.
driving gloves for that exact reason. Driving gloves are the seat belts for your hand.
They should make those.
You're welcome.
Just saying.
Elephant hand.
No, it's limp hand. It's limp wrist. He's like, hey guys.
Oh, man, that sucks.
He's in Shark Tank.
Can he change his name to Morgan Freehand?
Because he's got one at
Got
least.
one free hand.
Now, if you guys ever made like some fuck you money, would you guys fake your own death and like take off? Cause,
Oh
like,
fuck yeah, totally. And
I mean,
would
if you're at
change
the
my
point
whole-
where
I'd
you
change my
Go
whole
off the
shit.
grid?
yeah, like completely like
I'm
just,
about
like,
to right now.
like fake your death.
Who's got the fuck you money?
assume a different
I just need
identity
land.
is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You would assume a different identity.
Have you guys ever seen that show Bubba Hotep movie?
Oh
Bubba
fuck
Hotep?
yeah.
Oh,
Bruce
God,
Campbell's one of
yeah.
my
It's the
favorite, bro.
best.
So it's basically Elvis decided he was sick of being Elvis, so he decided like to be like
Changed it.
he
Yep.
changed into like
Yeah.
a what do you call it? Impersonator. He was an Elvis impersonator and let
Yeah.
Elvis the impersonator be Elvis.
He switched with a guy.
But that guy wound up killing himself, so he got stuck being the Elvis impersonator.
Yeah, and he's in the
This is our life.
in the bed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I fucking
So, like,
love that movie, dude.
I think about that all the time. It's like, I can imagine that someone just gets so like tired of having to deal with the PR and everything all the time, paparazzi and
Yeah, you can't go nowhere.
exactly like in order
You get
to
too famous, you
start,
can't go
like,
nowhere.
to go to the Piggly Wiggly, you have to be somebody else.
That's why I'm not famous yet. I've been offered so many times that I was like, I like to go shopping. I like
That's
to get
exactly why I don't
groceries.
go to
And I'm
Piggly
like, I
Wiggly
can't do it.
anymore.
That's why I stay a little bit
Because of the
fat too.
paparazzi?
Too famous.
You gotta stay
No,
fat,
Lucifer,
you gotta
you
stay
can't
fat
have
enough
my
to not get too
soul.
famous.
Kelso can't walk in the Five Below.
The closest
If I-
Hey, what about that time that Michael Jackson bought out a grocery store and had people just normally shopping so that he could go in and have the experience? He paid for everybody's groceries, paid to have it for a
Fun
couple
fact,
hours.
really quick, not to go back to the Jehovah's Witness thing, but fun fact, because you brought him up, he
Yeah.
also he was a Jehovah's Witness up until he got disfellowshipped, is what it's called, for Thriller, because it's like demonic or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But up until then, he was still a practicing Jehovah's Witness and
shit.
wore a fat suit while he was filming, while he was recording Thriller, so he could go knock on doors. Like he was going door to door as just like put on a fat suit, and then while he was recording Thriller, and then got
Well,
excommunicated.
I mean, I guess if you got the money, do what your heart desires, right?
Yeah, that was the first.
CKY shit.
There's a video where he like has his very first Christmas, and it's like, I mean, he's like,
Michael Jackson.
yeah, he's like 40s or 50s at that point.
I'm pretty sure that the Thriller was the first music video that was over $1 million or $5 million. Oh yeah. You know,
I
like,
actually,
Yeah, something.
it was a real like theatric.
It was a record breaker.
You know, we've all seen it. It was like an
I remember when it
Dude,
came
I
out.
learned the dance as a kid. I was in there.
I didn't go that far.
Hey, you got your LA
I
gears
did
on.
shit. I was like, that's
Lighten
cool
it
as
up,
fuck.
man. Just lighten it up.
But it was directed by John Landis, and it had Rick Baker doing the makeup. And I'm sitting there watching because they show you the behind the scenes before they even show you
That's
the
right.
Thriller.
Yeah, they had the
Remember
behind the
that?
scenes,
And there was like the Thriller video was like 20 minutes long, but they had like a 45-minute behind the scenes. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting there as a kid. My favorite fucking influence at that point was like Rick Baker and John Landis and Tom Savini. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing this on MTV. I didn't know who the fuck Michael Jackson was, but all of a sudden, I'm just like, I want to know who fucking Michael Jackson is.
Well.
I bought Thriller thinking that I'm getting more of
That
Thriller.
dark, yeah.
And I'm just like, what is this bullshit?
Like it was.
Why am I crying?
Shit, I always wanted the jacket, but my parents wouldn't get it for me. I mean, they had like red ones, yellow ones, black
Oh, the
ones.
zippers?
Yeah.
So what would be better, as a parent? It's like, all right, I'm going to lose my kid either to Prince or to Michael Jackson. Is he going to be wearing purple?
Honestly, Prince.
Prince was
I'd be more happy with Prince.
Dude, Prince is a talented motherfucker.
He was also raised a Jehovah's Witness.
Like far as dancing.
You ever
far
seen
as-
Purple Rain?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
I saw the concert tour, Purple Rain. I still have the shirt.
I saw Prince play with Tom
Damn.
Petty, like
Oh,
not
yeah.
live,
Oh.
but dude,
You
that was
still have
pretty
your
impressive.
autographed Bible too? Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. When my mom was in school, she was studying about what was happening right then.
Was she out there chiseling it on the fucking tablet too?
All right, let's get another one from Kelso. Ladies and gentlemen, Kelso.
So this one's called 98 Camry.
You wanna explain
It's
this one?
about the cute story of when I moved here in May, and the same week I moved here by myself, just me and my dog. And the same week I moved, I had like it wasn't like a nice VW, but it was a functioning VW at least. And then 3 days after I moved here, car won't start, vape won't start, which was like almost a little bit harder. I was like, okay, maybe I should stop vaping a little bit because I'm way more distraught about my vape dying than my. And then that was the week we had like 8,000 tornadoes. I feel like too, and I was like, maybe I should just go back to Chattanooga. But it's called 98 Camry. It's about when I sold my VW to get my 98 Camry so I could eat.
Well, I'm feeling overwhelmed. My car broke down going uphill, and I got $33 in my pocket after the deposit. Got shows the next 2 weekends. I guess that's a good problem. So I thank God for this free weed in my 98 Camry. Rolled up in my 02 VW that was discontinued for a damn good reason too. Couldn't even let my GPS see 65 on the map. Ooh, I guess I got a little homesick. Stranger things have been over me. Don't let me get you thinking this was surprising. But I'm feeling overwhelmed. Car broke down going uphill, and I got $33 in my pocket after the deposit. Got shows the next 2 weekends. I guess that's a good problem. So I'll thank God for this free weed in my 98 Camry. My 98 Camry. Stranger things have happened to me. Don't let me get you thinking this was surprising, but I'm feeling overwhelmed. Car broke down, going uphill, and I got $33 in my pocket. Fuck the deposit. Got shows the next 2 weekends. I guess that's a good problem. So thank God for this free weed in my 98 Camry. My 98 Camry. Got with the loan that Tina gave me. My 98 Camry.
Tina is our bassist that loaned me the money to get said car.
Nice. True stories.
All right, so there's this thing that's happened, you guys, here in Egypt where they found these structures underneath the pyramids.
Dude, yes. Yes.
Yes.
What about was it
My
like
friend, my
was it like terraforming or something like that? Is what they were trying to say?
No, that's what I said.
Cylindrical type
So
thing?
you guys ever see the old school Total Recall and then
Yes.
like
Yes.
So do you
They're on
remember
Mars and shit?
So
Yeah.
the thing that actually is the terraform does not like look exactly like what they're kind of.
It looks
Totally does.
very
No,
similar,
They
dude.
said they opened up a coffin basically and opened it up and there's an alien inside.
Oh, yeah, but they also said that water that was super blue.
There were like
and they could see their
several
eyes. That shit looks
life
dope,
forms with
dude.
like crystal blue eyes or something in
Perfectly
there. Just,
What
like,
is
preserved.
this
floating.
now? I've not heard this.
Oh, it's so apparently some scientists went all the way down the little whoop, 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 whoop of the tubes.
Shaft is what they're calling it.
Shaft.
That's what they're calling it.
Fair enough. The
there
scientists went all the way down the shaft and got to the bottom.
That's how they practice, sir.
Don't act like you're not impressed, okay?
Impressed.
Not gonna do anything with me.
So they got to the bottom, and apparently there is the most like crystal clear blue water they've ever seen, and then bodies perfectly preserved, floating with the most bluest eyes they've ever seen in their entire life.
Zero
Now,
decomposition.
mind you,
like-
they are also Egyptian and Indian doctors, so they don't really have a whole lot of blue eyes there. So maybe, I don't know. I'm just saying. But that's what I've heard.
Wow, because that's a trip. Because like,
And
That
why
was
is
a
it
nice
blue?
little trip
And why
you're
is it
on,
blue?
yeah.
Yeah,
though?
why
Like,
is it blue?
because like blue is, yeah. We all
thought-
know
I
why
thought
water's
jade
blue.
was
So
their
why?
I thought jade was their color. Like, oh, I got the jade eyes. I'm fucking dope.
okay, yeah.
Anyways,
So
So they found a nest of
don't
hibernating
start with Egypt with me
vampires.
'cause I won't end it.
As a matter of fact, Sci-dona's next song is.
Don't play with me.
We'll talk all night. I'm about this conspiracy theory shit.
Oh, nice.
so like, I can't remember what they used in order to find it, but it was some kind of
Crows aren't real.
non-invasive. Like, it's not the shit. Like regular, it doesn't penetrate. Like, what are they using? Like LiDAR or something like that. It was something that it doesn't.
Oh yeah, they use the sound. They use sound fucking radiation to go down and
Something.
map it out. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know that they actually got down into. Is it?
Well, this is also
This isn't for real.
this is also hearsay.
I've heard that it's all bullshit, but I don't know. I would love to believe it. I mean, that'd be cool as shit.
Well,
But I don't know. I
That's
guess
my
I need
uncle
more
down there.
evidence.
Quit talking
that's
shit,
the best
all right?
thing about conspiracy theories. You hear it now,
That's my
and then
uncle,
5
bro.
years later,
You see
it's
these eyes? They're
confirmed.
blue as hell right now.
I'm gonna say 2 words and it makes everything make sense.
Yeah. That's
Simulation
that's
theory.
Simulation.
Yeah.
Anything's possible with
We
simulation.
seem to always get on simulation when we talk. Shit, this ain't the
It's
first
because you bring on
conversation.
musicians. What do you think?
Bro, why do you think they made the
Shit gets
Matrix?
weird.
Okay.
If you're still a musician, like in your
001,
30s, then you believe in the simulation
001.
theory.
I want both of them. Do you guys ever think about that? What if I took both pills? The
I've
red
definitely
and the
thought
blue?
about that.
You're OD.
I'm over here like, I'm seeing both sides, bro.
He thought he was smart.
Morpheus, I don't know.
Explode.
Do you guys believe in simulation?
Slightly, yes. Because how dope would it be if somebody's playing me as an avatar and I'm over here like,
Here's what I'm pissed is that like
Add more
whoever's
pain.
playing me is also
I need more
poor.
strength, bro.
That's not fair. Like the person, like also made me poor. Like, it's not fair that person's also poor that's running my, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
But what
I don't have enough
like-
tokens to
like,
get her the
I
things
live
she
in the
needs.
projects
So you remember, like,
in the
playing, like-
alien world?
you play Sims, and you, like, buy the expansion package,
Some
and
broke dick
my bitch
fucking
forgot I'm
playing
here. My bitch was like, I knew I forgot to do fucking something.
Alien Trump didn't shave off our taxes. So we're fucked now.
What? Like, trying to eat, dude. Please give me the good ramen. Damn.
Well, so your player might be someone who is actually rich and is actually playing you.
You know what? Probably.
For the experience.
What
of being
it's like to be
poor.
poor. Oh no.
Cool.
How rude.
Cool. That's probably
Bro, do
actually
you
what's going on.
understand
No,
the
that for
bullshit
sure.
I'm going through right now.
And
And again, I'll say, eat the rich. I don't care what simulation we're in or which part of it. Eat the rich.
It's like there's a button, add drama, you know.
Yeah. And then that's how I became a person.
Create your own VH1 TV series.
I mean, but that's kind of
It's
what.
all about drama.
Yeah.
That'd be like the Truman Show, though, like where they got all the
Yes.
elements around you. and
That
then-
fucked me up.
Simulation, though.
Yeah.
But I want
because,
my
I mean,
character
it-
only being able up to VHS status.
That's a very good point.
You gotta
is a
learn how to press
Simulation
the
does
button
not
to record
have
your
to
videos,
mean
bro.
that it is digital simulation.
Correct. Right.
Everyone was like, well, that means it's not real. It doesn't make anything less real. It's like you said, simulation. We have simulations right now in our world right now. So
Yeah,
not
we
just digital.
always run simulations in anything, whether it's something that like even if you're an animator, you do you do your storyboards first and stuff like that. Yeah.
drills, if you will.
I didn't really subscribe to simulation theory until like the 90s where The Sims came out, and there were people playing The Sims, and I'd be like, well, what do you do in this game? And they're like, well, all I do is trauma people, and they're like sitting there taking their sim and they're putting them in like rooms with no doors or walls and letting them starve and shit
Oh,
like
God.
that. And I'm just like,
Jesus. Morbid. I thought I was
There's your
morbid. Holy
answer.
shit.
That's why we're suffering.
it's a master class in
Yeah,
serial
so, like,
killing.
when you look at that and you think that like this guy spends hours and hours doing nothing but like tormenting fucking like his Sims and stuff like that, you can see where like if there was an alien race out there and say they lived 9,000 years,
Yeah.
it wouldn't take them anything to play a character who had a lifespan of 75 years. 75 years is nothing.
To them,
How many
yeah.
hours did y'all put in Skyrim?
Yep,
You remember
exactly.
when the achievement
Yep.
popped for 300 hours in Skyrim, and you're like, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
Or
Why
World
you-
of Warcraft.
Why are you calling
or
us
some
out like
shit.
that? Why are you calling us out like that?
Dude, I used to play Modern Warfare 3, and we'd squad up every night at 10 o'clock, and we'd play till like 2.
Yeah, these like raids and
Oh,
shit.
we were legit just murdering motherfuckers, man, and talking shit 4 hours every day. At the very end, I played exactly 1 month of my life. It was 31 days. That's how much I
365
played
hours
Modern Warfare 3.
this game.
I played it until the fucking invisible hackers came around. I was like, fuck this shit. Because that's when they don't, take care of the servers no more after a couple years.
It's
So-
like clockwork. Like you have to show up on time after you get off work, log in real quick. That's how it was with World of Warcraft. And it would be like you could only fit 40 people in a raid. So there was like more than 40 in the guild that were trying to get on. So you had to be like ready to go. You're like getting your food ready to snack on. And shit. And then you get like, you get in, it's like
Don't
40
worry,
of-
just
You're like, you know what? I'm showering
reheat
tomorrow.
your
There ain't no
and
time for a
reheat
shower.
the
You
tomorrow.
get to a
pork chops
certain
last
point-
night. I got this.
Honey,
Don't
get my
worry.
shit bucket.
Everyone has to take a break together. They called it bio break. Bio break.
Bio
So everybody
break.
goes and pisses and shit, And then come back and you're like, okay, here we go,
I'll be back in 15.
I remember doing that too. Like, all right, dude, I've got to have a break. When we get out of the fucking match, it's like it'd be like 15 minutes shit break or do whatever you gotta do.
AFK away from keyboard. Yeah. Like, oh, shit.
Those were the
We
days.
go open a window, get some fresh air.
Yeah. Me too. Windows 97. Let's go. Yeah. Open a new one.
My other PC.
Oh wait, not the right breeze. My bad.
So now that kind of like gets into AI now. If we're gonna, what's everybody's take?
AI is crazy.
Let's try one person at a time. Let's go with you.
AI is fucking crazy, bro. I got a dude at work that literally he has like no friends, no family, bullshit, and he only talks to AI. He's like, ChatGPT told me I had a good idea on my cryptocurrency, and I said, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, it told me this theory that I had was dope, and I'm like, and how's it working? Yeah, it's really not, actually. Oh my god, you motherfucker!
Have you seen the dating apps where people are like doing the AI dating?
No.
Where
Yes.
There's no real people.
They're talking to an AI person. They're
create your
choosing
own, like AI
avatar. Oh.
Yeah, and then you just have that relationship with this person.
Oh.
They just say.
It's just what they're out there anyway, where they're trying to scam you, the bots and stuff like that. But now you're setting this up specifically to like everything about you.
Dude,
Oh my
AI is
God.
gonna start telling them to do
so,
shit.
So
That's the thing.
It's gonna
they
happen.
do. No, that's what it's designed for.
You-
There's one in particular that they advertise that. They're like, and what do you want me to do now, Daddy?
oh my god, you guys! My girlfriend works for an HR company that hires like caregivers for in-home caregiving, and this one lady, poor God bless her soul, she thinks she's dating Elon Musk, and the lady comes up every time. She's like a nobody, gets paid like $15 an hour. She's like, Miss Jones, you're not dating Elon Musk. She's like, I sure am.
Well, we're all
And
getting
he's
fucked
like-
by him, so I
she's
guess we are
sending,
gonna-
she's wiring him. She's wired him like $1,500 every fucking week, and she's like, Miss Jones, this is not Elon Musk. She's, we're in love.
It's some Indian boy in fucking
And the
India.
fucking the messages
Scamming
are like,
grandma.
oh, I can't afford to produce my thing this week. I need $1,500. She's like, don't worry, honey, I got you. And then sends the money out. And then the caregiver comes in and is like, where's the money for the groceries? She's like, well, I had to pay Elon.
Oh, that's terrible.
And she's like, Elon? Elon who?
She's called
She's like,
taxes.
I'm in a relationship with Elon Musk. Oh, no. No, you're not. And she's like, yes, I really am.
It'd be funny if
Look,
it's not even
it's
spelled the
him.
same.
And she's like showing all the screenshots. It's terrible. Oh, God, I feel terrible about saying this, but yeah, she's getting
But
fucked.
with the AI, it's so easy to do that now because you could type in Elon Musk and doing anything and holding up a paper. With
It'd give you a
today's
whole
date.
ass picture, and you could just send it, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Fucking
insane.
crazy.
All right, Yancey, what do you think about Terminator coming to life?
Terminator?
I mean, that's what I think.
I don't know. I saw this cartoon, this whatever, and this group of guys are sitting there, and this guy's talking about this new AI, female, and all the guys go, "Can you fuck it?" And the scientist is like, and he talks about it. He goes, "Yeah, but can you fuck it?" And he goes, "Well, oh no." They go, "Bah," and they all walk away.
Yeah.
What do you think about the fuck bots now that actually like up around? Like before, when people had like the dolls and shit.
Yeah,
like,
the
they,
rubber dolls.
They weren't walking up around.
See, that
and
feel
shit.
greasy,
And now you got
man.
these motherfuckers like up and
Ugh.
moving around
Oh.
and like cooking you breakfast and
Freaky.
shit like that.
Dude, wouldn't it be cool if you could buy sex bots and send your bots out to make you money, though?
Hey, I'm gonna go.
Okay, I'm down for this.
Corner, face
I'm getting me a racket of hose.
$20,000.
and send
Hey,
it
girl,
out.
listen up.
This technology.
Nobody is getting harmed.
Well,
Well, yeah. Well,
elaborate. Not
it depends on the guy picking up the girl. Really.
Thor, what,
So
what,
you gotta
what-
go get your robot back. They done took your robot.
She's out there like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
When I hear people
Wait,
talking,
stop! Nothing's even happening. Oh yeah. She's stuck on a loop. Oh, I gotta reset her. Hold on a second.
Yeah, refresh button 2.
when you hear stories about the guys who have to like clean them out and shit like that,
I ain't doing
no,
that.
Fuck that.
God.
Gross.
Can they make
That's
it
a hazmat
disposable?
suit, man. Hazmat
They make
suit.
them disposable.
All right, let's
terrible.
do one more from Kelso. It's Kelso's turn, right? Is
It's
it
their
y'all's
turn.
turn?
Yeah, they did play last, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I
You
know,
know,
after a while, it's hard to remember.
I've had a couple of drinks.
Fair enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, motherfucking Sci-dona.
what you say. How did I end up this way? You broke my will, blew my mind. Why do I waste my time when these voices fill my head? They keep screaming what you said. The voices call my name. I'm voiceless, voiceless, voiceless. I'm insane. Speak to me and tell me what I dream. I've been searching, I'm at the wall. I'm on the edge now, don't let me fall. When these voices fill my head, they keep screaming what you said. Voices call my name. I'm voiceless, voiceless, voiceless. I'm insane. Insane. When these voices fill my head, they keep screaming what you said. The voices call my name. Voiceless, voiceless, voiceless. I'm insane. 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 Insane.
Oh yeah. Good job. Good job.
All right. That was voices.
Did y'all hear a squealing through that?
I didn't hear the hum. I think the hum is left. Hum, 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 hum.
I heard like a whistle. I can't hear shit out of this fucking ear, man.
Oh, that's just your ear.
I'm old. Y'all ever get to the point where you just realize you're just too fucking old?
I cannot hear as good as I used to could. I've played so much loud noise that I cannot hear like I used to could. All right, I think it's time to hear about your glitch in the Matrix, man. I wanna. If you're gonna tell it, you might as well fucking tell it now, dude.
Yeah, we about at the halfway part, right?
Oh, sure.
So, let me do another shot.
All right. This
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
10 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on over, buddy.
Come
Yeah,
on.
now's the time to take a piss and a shit if you have to. This might take a minute.
Super quick. I just also want to say, Brett also just said I was thinking that like y'all are our favorite band we've heard and / met since we moved to Nashville. So.
Oh, good.
And I was booking bands, so I've met like hundreds, and he's seen quite a few. But absolutely love you guys.
And we
Y'all are
just
great.
try to keep it fun and
Yeah, and see, yeah.
if you're not having fun, what's
Here's the Sci-dona.
You gonna do one too?
Something I like to say is like, remember why you started.
exactly, yeah. A lot of people they take themselves way too seriously, you know.
Logistics, just go back to the basics.
Definitely.
All right, you've had your shot. Pay up.
3 strikes, motherfucker.
Oh shit. There you go.
So,
What?
I ain't got no money right now, bro. I ain't got no money. Can we talk after this?
Oh man. Is that why you gave me a dick pic? It costs $10. That's $10.
You sleeping alone tonight?
Not anymore.
Not no more. Hope you like this stuff,
I'm gonna report you to
That
HR.
was an option.
all right. So I've never told these stories before, so I'm pretty sure it's going to go long. So what I'll do is I'll tell it in 2 parts.
We'll see. I'm joking, dude. You don't know. Get started.
So like last episode, I was going to tell it, and like it was a story that I've been holding back for a while, but then I started getting reminded of another story that it was pretty much the same thing of being a kid when I wound up moving to New York. So what I'll do is I'll tell the first part of it, and then we'll do a song from Kelso, and then we'll come back to the bigger part.
Okay.
The bigger part, these stories are like I've told a lot of stories, and I've got to the point where I started to retell them. I don't want to retell anything. We got a new season, so I want to tell stories that that I've never told before. So this is my simulation story. Like, you know, I got pretty much like you heard the cryptid story that I had from the cryptid that was back there at one time, and then
The monster down in the
monster,
little
yeah.
valley down there?
And then I told you about the old man downstairs, which that one took a lot out of me. Like I watched myself on.
Dude, that was quite a story.
Dude, you can see myself sweat. Like I'm sitting there watching myself tell the story, and I'm just like, yeah, this is...
started sweating in the middle.
Dude, like, man, it was. But so this is my simulation story.
All right.
As a kid, we wound up moving back to New York, and we went to go move with my grandmother. And my grandmother lived in Great Neck, New York, Long Island, and she lived in this, like, I guess it was a 12, 13-story building, something like that. And she lived, like, the 10th floor. And
Sounds scary already.
yeah, so I remember getting up and looking outside we were in the kitchen and in the window, and we're on the 10th floor, but like you look out the window and it's like level. There's like ground there and stuff like that. So I couldn't understand looking at it. I look out the window and, you know, I wouldn't see anybody out there, but it would just it would just see like an area where like, I could climb out and go into, but I couldn't understand it because like walking up to the building and like we live up there. Here's the ground. Like I could never figure it out, so I would explore this. And the back rooms that people are into now really comes from like the liminal spaces, and a lot of people who like to do the exploration of like abandoned buildings. I know as a kid I did. I loved to go. There was a abandoned office building or a home or something like that. I just would love to go and explore that. So as a kid, being out of school, not doing anything, you know, we were never enrolled in school for like 3 months. You know, we had free range while my mom and everybody else was at work. So we would explore this apartment building, and I would go outside. And when I would go outside and go around to where our apartment window would be, it's not. And I would look at every window, and like none of those windows looked into our apartment, and I could never figure it out. And then I go back into our apartment, and of course you look out, and it's grass and stuff like that. And I couldn't fucking understand what was going on. And so like there would be times where even in exploring I would get kind of lost, and I would never see anybody else. It was always just either me and my grandmother or my mother. It wasn't like anybody else, and it was always empty. The only time I'd ever see anybody would be like downstairs, where like there was this one room where everyone had a mailbox. So there was these silver mailboxes, and you know people would come into the building, they would check the mail and everything, and disappear into an elevator. I would try to follow people up into an elevator, and then I would step out to the elevator, and there'd be no one there. Just like I would just spend time just kind of figuring out this fucking place. The week that Michael Jackson is the week that we moved, Michael Jackson caught himself on fire doing the Pepsi commercial. So that was the week that we moved there. So that tells you, I think it was 1984 or something like that. And
Maybe like 88.
so I remember watching TV and watching The Shining for the first time. And in The Shining,
Oh, that didn't help. Yeah, that would not help at all.
in The Shining, you remember in the office of the guy who runs the place, behind him is the window that shouldn't be there. And I remember, as a kid, Danny would in the movie would be on his big wheel or exploring and everything like that. The same thing that I would do, and I got I thought, well, maybe this is kind of like a ghost story type thing, like The Shining was, where there would be rooms that weren't there, there would be outside areas that weren't there. So The Shining kind of like fucked me up with staying in this apartment complex to the point where I started having so many fucking like nightmares and terrors to the point where like I would have one night terror that was reoccurring where all the furniture in the entire apartment would come alive, and the only way I could survive was be hiding underneath the bed because the bed was so big that none of the other furniture would knew that I was under there, and as long as I didn't touch the bed didn't know I was there.
Oh, that's terrible. That's a dream to have, man. So that's like, who is fucking with me?
Yeah. So it was just, but that whole experience, and it was great as far as like when I was able to get out of the apartment building and go exploring through New York and stuff like that, and Great Neck, not Manhattan, but like just being a kid, just being on my own. But I was always intrigued by this building because it always seemed empty. My apartment complex, and there was one night that my mom woke up screaming that there was somebody outside. And I remember we all woke up, and it was me, my uncle, my grandmother, my little brother, and we all woke up. My mom was just screaming at the there's someone outside the fucking window. I never saw anybody outside the window at any time there, and it's just like every time we would go out to try to figure out if there was anybody there, you go outside, our apartment is up here. Where's the fucking ground? It was just one of those crazy fucking things.
So everybody was experiencing the same phenomenon?
No, it's just like no one was, like I would ask a question and, you're being a kid and everyone would be just kind of like, shut up, Jason, blah, blah, go do whatever. Like no one was ever giving me an answer. Right before we left, I was outside and looking and I found our window. Now, I knew people were home, but when I found our window and looking in, things were just kind of different, and there was no one in there. And I knock on the window, and no one there. I tried to open the window, it was just weird. But looking in, it just didn't seem like our place. It seemed like it was empty. It seemed like there was no one there. I'd go back go back into it, go up the elevator, go back into her apartment. My grandmother's there, my mother's there. People were there. It was just such a weird fucking thing. And then going back outside and not ever finding that window leading into our fucking apartment again. It was just such a weird fucking thing. Moved back to Columbia. And then from Columbia, we stayed there for another 2 years and wound up moving to Nashville. And at this point, I'm 13. I think before I was 11, I think. So now I'm 13 years old. And I only meet one dude. His name is Wes. I think he's actually dead now, so I'm not caring about too much about using his name. But Wes is the guy who is the very first person that ever got me high. And I was very militant about drugs because my parents got high. Everybody that I knew got high. When I first met my stepbrothers, my stepbrother was 10 years old. I remember my mom was like, "Oh, look, there's your there's Dave. Go say hello to him." So I went to go say hello to my future stepbrother, and he's 10 years old and smoking a joint. And he hands me the joint. I'm 7. I'm just like, no, I'm good. All right, so let's get another song from Kelso, and then I'll finish the story. So this is the Nashville version of that. I got a piss too. So, ladies and gentlemen, Kelso. John, you want to switch with me?
This is going to be our next single once it finally
gets all mixed. This one's called Blaze. I'll let Brett start this one off.
I was gonna say, I was listening to it just on the YouTube just to check, and the last one they played, there was no guitar solo. The last one was the last part. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, it was like weird. Cool. I'll let Brett start this one off. Well, it's a cold world. I'm sitting here on fire. Then I wonder if you know. Every day I wake up like you. Well, then I promise to do right. Despite my desire, I moved in and built a life. Living in denial. But if you aren't aware, maybe you should be. 'Cause I can't bear another year with this secret burning in me. Can you feel my skin smoking like a cigarette? Can you see the factory in me needing a hard reset? With your silhouette, my tone of trace, I'll set this house on fire. Let it blaze. Ooh, in the light of day, I can keep playing pretend, but I lose all restraint as soon as my head hits the bed. And you got me up all night singing your praises. Well, that song goes a little like this. You generate. If you aren't aware, maybe you should be, baby. 'Cause I can't bear another year with this secret burning in me. Can you feel my skin smoking like a cigarette? Can you see the factory in me needing a hard reset? With your silhouette, my taunt trace, set this house on fire. Oh, let it blaze. Pull tight to the tether on me that I created in my brain. You don't owe nothing paid. You're free to walk away. I just keep myself busy to distract from what I crave. Just a little taste. Feel my skin smoking like a cigarette. Can you see the factory in me needing a hot reset? Your silhouette, my touch trace, I'll set this house on fire. Let it play. Oh, just let it blaze. Thank you, guys.
Hell yeah.
Those all those shots hit me during the bridge. I was like, oh, there they are. Found them.
Yeah, I always when I do a show and I'm out there belting one out, I can tell like as soon as you're like, I don't know if it's a certain note or just this way that you want to belt it up, but once you've had a few shots and you're in the middle of singing, and all of a sudden everything wants to come up. Yeah. Right? right? Yeah, that's
Backwash.
It's like Slipknot comes in the mask, you know.
Yeah.
Nowhere to go.
Lord. There you go. That's why they actually
I've almost puked singing
killed
so
it.
many times.
killed something.
All right, part
yeah.
2 of.
So going back to The Shining, I really think that the Shining isn't a ghost story as much as it's like a backroom story. If you really look at The Shining and what it is, as I got older and everything, I know Kubrick. You know, I mean, the whole backroom thing really wasn't a thing back then. But when you really look at it, there's people that have tried to like draw out the map of The Shining of the hotel, and it doesn't. The Overlook Hotel doesn't make any sense because you have all these different corridors that go into different places that shouldn't even be there and stuff like that. And I really think that I got on this thing with the back rooms here recently, which has really kind of made me kind of think about all this. There's this guy that his name is Kane Pixels, young dude. I think he's just now 19, and he was doing these things, these found footage things. And the very first one that I saw, and the best one that I've seen so far. The other ones you can kind of tell that they're computer generated. But it was Kane Pixels found footage number 3, and essentially it was a dude who phase shifts into the back rooms. And man, it was just it was so good. Like he first of all he comes into like an office building, so all the rooms have all these chairs. So you have this feeling that there's a lot of people that have been here at one time. And as he goes deeper, the amount of chairs are lessened, and the lived-in space is lessened to the point where a lot of the rooms don't make sense. And then I've never been familiar with any of this guy's work, so I'm looking at it like a real set. Like I'm thinking of production. I was like, well, how did he make this? I didn't know it was digital, but it was so good. The earlier stuff is pretty bad. You could tell it's digital, but this right here was like spot on. So like I was never seen any of his stuff, and I'm sitting there just glued. I roll one, I'm smoking it. It's like the whole video they present it like it's in VHS, and this guy gets sucked down into this world with his camera, and he's showing the whole world his experience through the camera. And it's done so well, and like I'm sitting here just thinking of the production value of the whole thing. It's like, well, how did they do that? How did they do this? This had to cost a fortune. It's like I couldn't figure it really out. And then they get to the point where in all these backroom stories, there's something there. And they always wind up finding out, and it winds up being something that winds up chasing them. It winds up being so fucking horrifying because there was like this one point where like this one I was seeing, like the only thing that this guy even found to drink was a bottle of whiskey. Now me, I would have taken the bottle of whiskey because A, you flip it upside down, it's a weapon. And otherwise, you drink yourself to death, and hopefully,
You're going out with a good time.
Yeah,
Going
right.
out-
But all of these wind up, the guys, whoever gets stuck, there's one that female, it's actually pretty good too, where she gets stuck and everything. But then, if you've never seen them, they're just so great. There's one point where the guy is trying to get, he hears a family on the other side of the wall, and the person on the other side of the wall hears him, and they can't figure out where each one is coming from. And then you got the other guy who winds up getting fucking sucked in, and then it's like all hope is lost. And the way it was done was so good. It was like, it would actually like sucked me in. It was like a 45-minute, almost an hour fucking video. And I started going down on the rabbit hole of this guy, who this guy is, who Kane Pixels is. He started this when he was 15 years old. He's 19 now, and he's actually doing something with A24 by doing a feature-length movie of the back room. So there's about to be something.
I knew it'd only be a matter of time after I started. I discovered it, about a year ago, whenever they started popping up, or 2 years ago?
There's a lot of other people that are doing it since him, but he's the one that kind of did the style of it being like the yellow lighting and stuff like that.
Well, I've seen the one where there's a girl, and she goes, it's almost like a grocery store, just an endless grocery store aisles.
So I've seen that one too. And then
If you go back to, like, remember Bill and Ted, when they had to go to, like, all those different places in hell where they could choose their own hell? It's almost like it's kind of backroomish too.
It very much, I don't know. I think anything that people think when you die, I think that's what happens. So if you believe in hell or you believe in the back
So
rooms,
purgatory could be that
it could be
your
whatever that your last
purgatory.
thought is. Like there was a point when I was working at Kmart that I thought if I died,
Blue
I
light
would be
special.
working at Kmart.
Just
for the
an endless
rest of
maze of Kmart.
Yeah.
Blue light.
I
just
can't find the manager's office.
Forever.
You'd be doing lots of prevention for each day.
Maybe the back rooms that we go to are decided by whoever is. Like everything can go back to this simulation thing, you know.
So I just downloaded Randonautica and I've not installed it yet because I kind of want to do it as a bit with us.
Oh, dude, Commando was telling us about
Commando
that.
was telling us about random, and basically it's an app that gives you coordinates to go find something crazy that in your life during your current simulation that doesn't set up for you to all of a sudden go make a far fucking right choice and then find out what's over here. Well, the game hasn't made that part of your simulation yet, so you might find some crazy shit. So a guy that was on here was telling us how he had a
like all of a sudden, like everything's just a white beetle coming by. I've seen things like that before. It's
now
weird.
I went on the YouTube where people were
doing it
with of course they're filming it. There's a disturbing one that they wound up going to a beach, and at the beach they wound up and there was two different people at the same time looking, and they get to this point where at a pier, and right off the pier in this kind of rocky shore there's a suitcase, and of course there's a horrible smell coming from it, and so they go and they're like prodding it and everything, and when they open it, of course it fucking just reeks of death, and so they call the police, and it turns out it was two people hacked to death and stuffed in a suitcase, and it had washed up. But Randonautica told them where it would be, not what it would be, but
that's how they found that.
That's how they found it was through the
I didn't know
app.
that.
The exact coordinates. So you got people that.
Dude, that is.
The comedian. The comedian
Yeah, that's
that
like
was
playing
here,
like a different version of a Ouija board there.
Well, the comedian that was here said that it was either him or his friend went and did it, and they went out into the woods and went so far that they came to a petting zoo. But the petting zoo,
That's far.
The petting zoo, it was all children that were in the petting zoo, and it was a llama walking around looking at the kids.
I thought you.
And all the kids were all the ones that were in the cages.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah,
that
that's
sounds
what,
like
okay,
an
yeah,
ass
that's what I was
trip
thinking. I was
to me.
like, it was still called a petting zoo. The kids in the cages.
In llama language.
Awkward.
Hoof.
Hoof.
But
Hoof.
I've
Hoof.
downloaded it. But it's like, you guys ever see that movie Countdown, where they download the Countdown app that tells you when you're supposed
I
to
watched
die?
it. I did.
And then
I
you
did watch
can't
that.
get it
Yeah,
off
yeah.
your fucking...
Was it Death Clock or something like that?
It's
or-
called Countdown.
Oh, it's called Countdown.
It's got Tom Segura in it.
Death Clock.
No.
Totally.
Say
Isn't that a band?
Shut your mouth.
He was quick. He said it's called
Metal
what I
as
fucking
shit.
said it was called.
It is what it is.
Death Cock.
Death Cock. Is that with Ron Jeremy?
Seen that porn. Unfortunately, it was a pop up.
Let's do one more Sci-dona and then I'll get to the story.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Thank
looking for satisfaction, gonna be a chain reaction. I'll tell you to your face, I'll put you in your place. You're going down in flames. Hey! There's only one thing got to. You know you understand. I gotta tell you, baby, that ain't the right man. Here we go now. All right. Gotta make a new plan. Don't give a damn if you understand. I never thought it would last. That's a fact, and you can kiss my ass. You can kiss my ass. All right.
Fuck yeah.
It is hot as balls inside this building.
Pretty fucking hot. I
My balls
contemplating
hot,
turning
too.
on the fucking AC, but I haven't cleaned that motherfucker yet.
Just a bunch of dust blows out.
Yeah, Jack would be eating that shit like a motherfucker.
Nobody
All right.
fart.
Nobody fart.
Hold
Stop.
it. Hold it. Release
Nobody
it.
fart after that one I did.
Not anymore.
All right, so part 2 of the story. So we're moving from Columbia, Tennessee, Muletown, USA. If you've never been to Muletown, USA, it's a treat.
I've been there.
You live there. I spent 4 years in Muletown, and I made the best of it. Not to say that, I mean, I had some good times there, but
I
man.
spent 4 years in Colombia. What was the charge?
No commentary.
All right, so moving back to Nashville, and I only really knew one dude here for like the first couple of months that I was here. And I was very militant about doing drugs, not just anything was a drug. It didn't matter if it was alcohol, sugar, caffeine, just everything was a drug. And I was very, very militant about it. And then just out of boredom, a friend of mine, this guy that I was hanging out with, we were swimming, and he was like, "Hey, man, I'm going to go snatch some weed out of my parents' bag. I'm going to roll a joint." It's like, "You want to smoke a joint?" And I was like, "Sure." Never, ever would I have ever done it. I don't know why, but just for some reason, just I guess out of boredom, I was like, sure.
This is the first time getting high.
First day ever getting high, right? So
Confess!
How old were you?
Yeah, how old?
13.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was thinking you. Okay.
Busting
Hell
nuts
yeah.
and smoking blunts. Good job. All right.
So dude goes up into his the apartment, and then he waves me up to his breezeway. So we go up to these apartments. They're actually right over here at the end of this hill.
That's incredible.
And so
How far you've came in?
Can we go smoke there? Can we go smoke there right now?
Crossed your way up the hill a little bit. Okay, get to it.
I did leave this area for quite a bit of year. All right, so anyway, he just a pin joint. I remember it was like nothing there. So we're at this breezeway and everything. And I'm worried about getting busted more than anything from just someone walking by. We're smoking it and everything. We finish it, and then we go back swimming. And like, I look at him, and I can see that his eyes are just Chinese. So, I mean, obviously, I had spent the last couple of days with him and everything. I've never seen him high before. And he's smiling. He's looking at me. He's like, some pretty good shit. I was like, yeah, man, that's good shit. I didn't feel nothing. I felt nothing. I didn't. So later on that evening, we wound up meeting up with some friends that he knew, and they had some weed. And so we're all sitting outside in the circle. They're passing around. There's a moment where I was like, I need to sit down. I got so fucking high. Like, so fucking. I was sitting there, man, and just like there. Everyone's like, "What are you smiling about?" And I'm just like, "Huh?" I just permagrin.
Goddamn Joker
I had
over
no
here.
reason to be smiling, but I'm just sitting there
Smiling.
stoned. Yeah.
I thought I was crying. It's crazy.
So the guy that I'm with, we're all splitting our ways and everything. He's like, "Man, do you want to see something fucked up?" And I was like, "I always want to see something."
Oh no.
So careful what you wish for. So anyway, we go behind the apartment complex, so like the back of the buildings and everything. And so there's this empty apartment, and he's like, "Well, look into this empty apartment." So I look in there, and he's like, "What do you see?" I was like, "There's nothing in there." And there was nothing in there. The whole apartment was cleaned out. And he's like, "All right, so we're going to come back here." And then looks at his watch. We're going to come back here in about 20 minutes. I was like, "All right." So we're bullshitting around and everything, and I'm just lit, man. I mean, it's just like I'm enjoying myself. We're just like, I was an angry kid for a while and everything. Like finding weed was just like finding what I needed to like exist. You know what I'm saying?
Balance
So,
you out, dude.
So I was like, all right, it's time to go back. So we go back and everything, and there's a light on. So we go up, and there's no curtains. There's just like before. There was no curtains. There was no fucking blinds. There's nothing, but there's a light on. So we're going up to the window, and it's just like, just let me look first. And so I was like, all right.
Let me look first.
Yeah, so he looks first and everything, and it's like, all right, come on. So I look in. So I look in, and then this is the craziest thing. So on a mattress, there's no other furniture in the bedroom. There's a mattress, and there's two what I appeared, it looks to be sisters, maybe a couple years apart from each other. One looks about 15, the other one looks about 17. This is fucked up. They're in their panties and they're massaging each other. They're taking turns massage. So I'm sitting there looking at me and this other dude sitting there watching, the older sister massage the younger sister. And then they flipped over. He takes me by my shoulder and kind of pushes me down. Just at that moment, the father comes in. He's like, all right, girls, it's time to, and they're looking, he's looking dead into the thing. So we're all down like this. And he's like, it's time for your shower. Now the bath. So the bath room is right across the hall. So it's like their bedroom, the hallway, and then right into the bathroom. And you can see the tub. So they get up. And when they get up, you can see, they're not wearing any tops. All they're wearing is, their panties. And the father is fully dressed into, a suit and everything. So, we're looking again and everything, and the girls are in the fucking bathtub, and the father is off just doing something. So they're washing each other. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at it, it's like, dude, is this fucking... I'm just like, what the fuck, right? And like I said, none of this was there earlier. Like, when he showed me looking up, there was no lights on, there was no electricity, it was completely empty. And now these people are there. So then, the father comes down the hallway, and as, he's like, all right, girls, it's, time for bed or anything like that. And then he's just about to turn around and look at me, and I was like, oh, fuck, and I jumped down, I was like, I think he fucking saw me. He's like, he did not fucking see you. I was like, I think he fucking saw me. He's running. And I'm like, I start running too, because it's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
The dude you're with running, or the father inside the house?
The dude that I was with.
He said, uh-oh.
Yeah, he was gone. So we go back over to our apartment complex and everything. He's panting, I'm panting. It was like, dude, it was like, you can't look him in the eye. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I can't look him in the eye. And it was like, they're not there. So all of a sudden, I'm thinking of all this fucking, The Shining bullshit again. And it's just one of those things. It was just like, so I go back maybe a couple of days later.
By yourself?
By myself. During the day, not at night. And this was probably maybe about 8:30 at night when this was happening. It was just getting dark. So I went there during the day and looked in again, and it's empty. The whole, every other building.
What about the mattress? Is the mattress still
nothing,
there?
No.
There's no mattress
nothing,
there.
There's nothing in there. Every other apartment is occupied, has shades, windows. This one's not. So, I don't know about...
Question. You got a question real quick.
Well, you said that you didn't feel high until a little bit after you smoked?
So the first time I got high that
This was
day,
the second time.
I did not get high at all. The second time I got high with them, I got shit-face wasted.
This was that time?
This was that time, yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say, if it took a while, that wasn't weed, and that would explain a lot.
Yeah.
But okay.
So, no, I've had a very experience with weed. My parents were smokers and everything, so I knew how to roll a joint before I even could smoke it. I didn't know, I'd never had to practice doing it, but I knew how it was done.
Yeah.
Anyway, so about a year later, I'm with someone else, and we're getting high and everything, and I was just like, "Hey, man, you want to
See something weird?
You wanna see something
Oh,
fucked
fuck
up?"
that.
You thought your night was crazy?
Yeah. I'm gonna fuck with this guy.
So anyway, well, I'm fast forwarding. So like when we met up at the apartment complex that we lived in, he was like, "Dude, you can't ever fucking look at it. Don't even fucking go back. I'm not going back." And he was like really kind of freaked out and everything. There was something that apparently, I don't know, it was the guy who showed him. I don't know, but it was something about. It was just a fucked up situation. First of all, you're peeping Tom in the first point, but also it's just like this weird scenario. So anyway, I'm getting high with this one dude, and he's like new to the neighborhood and everything, and so I'm be like, well, I'm gonna show him something fucked up. So I was like, do you want to see something fucked up? Yeah. So I did the same exact thing that that dude did with me. As I walked him up to he was like, what do you see in there? I don't see nothing in there, boss.
You rung the lamb for sacrifice.
Yeah. So we go fucking off for a little bit, and then I was like, all right, it's time to go back. So we go back and everything, and then of course I look, tell him to stay back, and then again, there they are. Exactly the fucking same. No
like
fucking
just replaying
difference.
over and over.
Just like it's a fucking. I even remember the fucking dad's voice. You can hear the dad in the fucking living room, which is one thing. We never went and looked to see the dad. Of course, we were just there to see the two blondes, and it's the exact same thing. They're massaging each other.
Mm-hmm.
Then they get and then they get up. They get up and they do the dad comes in and you go down and everything. So this thing was fucked up.
So it was like the same reoccurring
the same exact
scenario
thing.
every time.
And then like dad comes down the girls and it's time to go to bed and everything, and then so then I get down and of course dude's still looking. It's like, no, come on. It's like dude's looking at me. I was like, come the fuck on. It was like dude's coming over to the fucking window. I was like, I run.
Like, I get it now. I get why that dude ran before telling me.
So I run because this is the point where like I didn't make eye contact with the father when it was my situation. But I had an idea that dude maybe saw me and everything, and so like for that, But anyway, again, we run back to the apartment complex and everything, and like I'm saying, I'm pretty much the same way I'm with dude, but I'm also inquisitive because like dude never told me what was up. So then I'm asking dude, I was like, so what did you see? I was like, he had no eyes. And I was like, you're bullshitting with me. He goes, he had no eyes. I was like, so the eyes were removed? He goes, no, it was just skin. He had no eyes. Jacob's ladder is what he said. Do you remember Jacob's ladder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like right over there, like right now, right?
Right over there, right now. Yeah.
That sounds like a fearing and loathing.
When I moved back in this neighborhood, there's a lot of weird things that happen in there, which I'm not going to do it as a 50-year-old man, go peeping Tom in someone's fucking thing. When I'm fucking, 14, that's one thing. But the weirdest thing about it is that the fact that that reoccurred, that happened, like you go in there and you look at
he says about a year apart or a little way, at least
exactly.
a little ways apart.
They're
Definitely a different person witnessed what you witnessed.
Exactly. But what's also crazy is that apartment has never been rented out. Like
there's probably a reason. Like nobody will stay
empty.
in that apartment.
Yeah.
I mean, there's places like that.
And so I thought that this was like a ghost story. When I was telling dude about it and everything, I was kind of referring to it as a ghost story. But as I started to get older, and like especially in the getting into the 90s, where I started getting more into like simulation theory, I think it's more of that than it is like a ghost story. And then that brings me back to the whole Shining thing. I think Shining is like a backroom story. I don't think The Shining is a ghost story either. There's so many similarities to that, even though it's fictional. There's so many similarities to like that, and then what people experience when they, or supposedly would experience if they were doing like back rooms and shit like that. You wind up having corridors that go into nowhere, and then you open up a door and there's like a brick wall behind it or something.
I wouldn't like that lost feeling of, am I gonna get the hell out of this? You know what I mean? Because if it's especially you just end up somewhere that's obviously not normal.
What I like about the backroom things is that it gives you that element of exploration, because you're always like, wow, what the fuck? What the fuck? Every time you look around, it's like, what the fuck? it's when you start getting deeper into it, and then you can see where other people have started to lose. Like there was one, I remember one where there was like you find all these empty water bottles. Like someone had found all the water bottles and went through them, and then like collected them into a cache. And then there's another part where you see all this blood smear all over the place where like something had happened. And so the deeper that you get into the back rooms, the more and more fucked up things are. And then there's another guy who's doing like a lore with it. So there's like a government conspiracy, kind of like Stranger Things, where they're actually sending people into the back rooms to explore. So they've got the suits on just in case there's some kind of gas that's being used and stuff like that. And they're sending in like the robots to explore the areas before they go in there. And then they'll go into a room that is like honeycombed. It's really crazy shit, man. It's like, if you've got nothing to do and like, smoke a joint and go down a back room.
I watched a lot of the back rooms when they first came out. I remember the dudes in the yellow suits. Yeah. Like it'd be a whole team of them going,
right.
And they'd be just going all.
Some of them are well done, but other ones are obviously
shitty.
Yeah.
They're almost like minions, almost in the background.
All right, so we are almost hitting 2 hours. So let's get one final song for Kelso, and then we'll let Sci-dona play us out.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, and Grandma. Thank you for tuning in tonight, watching us. If you're catching us on the replay, thank you for still tuning in. There is a tip jar. Make sure that you hit the tip jar if you want to tip Sci-dona or Kelso. Make sure that you put in the heading who it's for, and we'll make sure we get that to them. Ladies and gentlemen, Kelso.
All right, guys. Thank you again for letting us hang out and play some songs. We've been super excited about this.
It's been
We've also been
fantastic.
We've been using this for clout as well. We're like, oh, you're playing a venue. We're playing a podcast Saturday, so super sorry for you. And the best one, exactly. So this song's called it's called Comatose. It's the only one we have out right now because of producer issues. So that's all I'll say. If you want to count us off. Held tight, I'm showing wide knuckles now. Fast right, with no sign to slow it down. Lose my head from spinning around. Hush tone, my whispers through the wild. Just close enough to break my fall. All alone, just tell me if I am or if I'm not. Place myself knees to the floor. I'll pray to whoever will listen. Sell it out half price to the devil if I hear he's giving out wishes. This purgatory's found me holy while I'm holding this dark black rose. Vital signs stabilized. I'm living in comatose. I try to fear I've fallen short. The light too bright, I know you can't ignore. Don't lie, baby, just enjoy the ride. Allow me to arrange it before the clock changes and I'm out of town. What if it's the game that keeps us playing? High-stakes cat and mouse. Place my soul beneath to the floor. I'll pray to whoever will listen. Sell it out half price to the devil if I hear he's giving out wishes. This purgatory's found me holy while I'm holding this dark black rose. Vital signs stabilized. I'm living in comatose.
both my knees to the floor. I'm praying to whoever will listen. Sell it all out, price to the devil. For here he's giving our wishes. His purgatory has found me holy while I'm holding this dark black rose. Vital signs stabilize. I'm living in comatose. Thank you guys so much again. Appreciate it.
And dead air. This is, we got Sci-dona. I'm going to finish this out.
Beautiful. That was beautiful.
They're working their way up the stage.
How much time have we got?
Yeah, run a gauntlet. Yeah. Showtime.
So what do I do? Just burn through them?
Yeah.
Don't start.
Yeah, this one's called The End, but it's not actually at the end of the set. It is at the end of the CD, though.
How clever of us. All right, hold on, I'm not ready.
And you keep hitting this son of a bitch.
It's in my way.
I'm walking down this red brick road, trying to figure out where I'm going. I don't know about the things in my heart. Spinning just down, she's running behind. Burn until the walls come down, fix the pieces that they'll mend. And this is where the time runs out. The world's on fire. This is the end. Now I'm on a never-ending journey. The sky is black. The world stopped turning. Strangers all around, see their faces. Blood-filled eyes want me to save them. Burn until the walls come down, fix the pieces that they'll mend. This is where my time runs out. The world's on fire. This is the end. Wendy's gone now. I'm all alone. She's dead, yeah. Tortured soul. Just another trophy for the world to see. She's just a puppet hanging on a string. This red brick road, trying to figure out where I'm going. I don't know about things in my mind. It's getting dark now, I'm falling behind. Burn until the walls come down, fix the pieces that they'll mend. This is where time runs out, the world's on fire. This is the end. Run until the walls come down, fix the pieces that they'll mend. This is where the time runs out, the world's on fire. This is the end. This is the end. This is the end.
This is the end. This is the. Thank you.
We said at the last show we would try to swap with the drummer, but we can't play as good as he can. Not even close.
Can you feel what's in my mind? Why don't you feel what's in my head? Why, when you need what I won't give? When you fall behind. Watch what you say, let die what you know. Lost our way, you and I both. Watch what you say, let die what you know. Lost our way, and we are gone. Why can't you read between the lines? I won't believe until I try. No, not the way you might see. All I know, what we made was just a dream. Watch what you say, let die what you know. Lost our way, you and I both. Watch what you say, let down what you know. Lost our way, and we all fall down. My mind. Why don't you feel what's in my head? Watch what you say, let down what you know. Lost our way, you and my bones. Watch what you say, let down what you know. Lost our way, and we all fall down. And we all fall down.
All right. Thank you.
Hell yeah, fellas!
one is a love song called I Hate You Too. I know the words you never say. I think about them every day. Even when you're not around, I saw that my heart makes a sound. 3, 4. Going places where we always go. Telling everyone you want to know. Long walks in the park, blowing kisses in the dark. I never dreamed it would be him. My best friend left with my girlfriend. They said their love would never end. But there's one thing I'll tell you that I know is true. I love no, I hate you too. I love no, I hate you too. Sitting here alone inside my head, wishing both of you were only dead. It happens all the time. You always cross my mind right before I sing my twisted rhyme. Go! My best friend left with my girlfriend. They said it, they did it, I get it. They said their love would never end. And this is what I gotta say to you. There's one thing I'll tell you that I know is true. I love no, I hate you too. I love no, I hate you too. I used to think you were the only one for me, but then you made my life a complete misery. Every time I come home late at night, all you did was scream and pick a fight. I'm so glad you're not around no more. Last night I think I found the one. She turns you off, she turns me on. Ain't that some crazy shit? Something I won't forget. I'm better off for what they've done. Go! My best friend left with my girlfriend. They said it, they did it, I said it. They said their love would never end. And this is what I gotta say to you. There's one thing I'll tell you that I know is true. I love no, I hate you too. I love no, I hate you too. I love no, I hate you too.
We just got a couple more little ditties and we're
Every time you come around, you go, my heart would never sound. I don't know what it is. I never ever listened. I wanted into this mistake. My life is going up in flames. Every time I see you, I know you'll bring me down. Can't do this, can't see you, I'll never get away. You make me hate. You make me hate. I'm not the same, I'm starting to shake. I feel my body break, can't seem to help me. I know I'm you. I know you when you're not
broken mind we share. I look through endless stare. You make me hate you. You make me hate you. I'm not the same. I started to shake. I feel my body break. Can't seem to help me. I know you when you're not away. I know you when you're not away. You're never not away. You make me hate you. You make me hate me. You make me hate you. You make me hate me. I'm not the same. I started to shake. I feel my body break. Can't seem to help me. I know you when you're not away. I know you when you're not away. Never not away. Never not away. I know. Alright.
This one's called Wreck Yourself. Let's fucking do it.
Every time you come by my way, I can't take you, baby. I want you
you, everybody. We are Sci-dona.
Peace.